Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's GTA video, we're going to be looking at 20 fun facts you never knew about the Grand Theft Auto series. So when I mean fun facts, I mean these are pretty random. We're going to be ranging from the 3D era to the HD era. Hopefully you find these exciting and unique like I did. So anyways, let's jump into it and let's get it started. Number one today, Grand Theft Auto 4 is actually the only game where the main character doesn't have unlimited stamina. Now, what this means is that there are some NPCs in Grand Theft Auto 4 that can simply outrun Niko Bellic because they are faster than him. I know that in every other game, you essentially have to level up your stamina, and that at the very beginning, you might not have full amount, but by the end, you certainly will. It's interesting that Grand Theft Auto 4 never implemented that. Staying in Grand Theft Auto 4 and in the Ballad of Gay Tony, did you know that Luis Lopez is the only main character that isn't associated with another figure of authority? So what do I mean by that? Claude was linked to a politician named Donald Love. Tommy Vercetti was linked to a lawyer named Ken Rosenberg. CJ was linked to a CIA agent named Mike Terreno. Niko Bellic was linked to an IAA agent named the ULP contact and a corrupt cop in Francis McCreary. Johnny Klebitz was linked to a politician, Thomas Stubbs III, and the three protagonists of Grand Theft Auto 5 were all linked to FBI agent Steve Haynes and corporate executive Devin Weston. So that does make Luis pretty unique, and that he's never linked to anyone of authority. I found that to be kind of cool. Number three today, this is definitely pretty random. Did you know that CJ and Michael DeSanta are the only protagonists in the Grand Theft Auto series that have blue eyes? As someone that does have blue eyes, I found that to be kind of cool that there's not many characters in game that have blue eyes, or at least main protagonists. At the number 4 spot today in Grand Theft Auto 4, the dialogue on the way to Roman's wedding depends on your status with Kate. Now, if you never dated her, she'll actually point out how it's weird she's going to a wedding with a man she barely knows. Now, Niko's line when he wakes up the day after the wedding also varies on your progress with Kate. If you never dated her, he'll say, "Damn, I was meant to protect her." But if you've gone on multiple dates with her, he'll say, "Poor girl, she should have never gotten close to me." Pretty cool detail right there from Rockstar, especially in the GTA 4 era. The number 5 spot today, did you know that Grand Theft Auto 4 is the first GTA game with actual street names? I found that to be kind of cool. A lot of them are named after like prisons and Easter eggs and stuff like that. So just go back to GTA 4 and certainly Grand Theft Auto 5. A lot of the street names will be pretty unique. Going all the way back to GTA San Andreas, at the number 6 spot today, stores would actually close, kind of like how they do in Red Dead Redemption 2. And they would visibly close as well, like these shutters would be put up on the front of stores. I found that to be really cool, especially coming from a game like all the way back in 2004 in that era. So that's just really cool detail from Rockstar. We don't see that in Grand Theft Auto 4. We don't see it in GTA 5, although we did see it return in Red Dead Redemption 2. At the number 7 spot today, Phil Cassidy in the 3D era is the only character to meet 4 protagonists. Those 4 protagonists are Victor Vance, Tommy Vercetti, Tony Cipriani, and Claude. So how about that? What a lucky guy to be able to meet 4 of the protagonists of the GTA games. That is pretty cool. Now, building off of that, at the number 8 spot today, Tony Prince is the only character to appear in 4 separate titles. Now, in order for this to be true, we would have to include Grand Theft Auto Online, but outside of that, he appears in Grand Theft Auto 4, The Lost and the Damned, and The Ballad of Gay Tony, which are all considered separate games. Now, he is not alone in that. At the number 9 spot today, Johnny Klebitz is the only protagonist that appears in 4 different titles. That would be Grand Theft Auto 4, The Lost and the Damned, The Ballad of Gay Tony, and his very short appearance in Grand Theft Auto 5 as he is curb stomped by Trevor for actually getting too close to him or too involved with him. I'm not really sure what their relationship was, but I know it didn't end well. But Johnny Klebitz protagonist in 4 separate games. That's pretty cool. The number 10 spot today, did you know that Phil Collins in Grand Theft Auto Vice City Stories is the only famous musician to actually portray himself in-game? There's a lot of parodies of famous musicians in Grand Theft Auto, but he is the only musician to ever appear in the game as himself. I found that to be pretty cool. Something else that's also kind of cool at the number 11 spot, did you know that Grand Theft Auto 2 is the only Grand Theft Auto game to receive a T for teen rating? All the other ones have been either adult only or M for mature, which is what we most commonly see today. So I don't know why GTA 2, for whatever reason, got the T rating. Maybe there was like less violence or blood in that game. I'm not too sure. We do know it was one of the top-down games, so maybe that is why. The number 12 spot today, Carmel City, is the only city mentioned in Grand Theft Auto that we never get to see. So Carmel City actually appears in another Rockstar title, Manhunt, and is mentioned several times throughout the GTA franchise, but no character, cutscene, or story has ever taken place there. I think it would be pretty cool to go there for maybe like a side quest or a mission. For those of you guys that don't know, Carmel City is supposed to be like a parody of like Detroit and Michigan and areas like that in the United States. So think of like a super industrial type of area. If you weren't too sure what it would look like. At the number 13 spot today, Niko Bellic, Johnny Klebitz, and Luis Lopez all have very specific GTA 4 police database entries. So this is one of the coolest parts about Grand Theft Auto 4. If you were able to steal a cop car, you could actually use the police computers and you could look up people's like criminal records. Well, Niko, Johnny, and Luis, as I mentioned, all have a crime that they've committed. And ironically enough, it's Grand Theft Auto. I'm pretty sure Rockstar did that on purpose. Obviously, being the 3 protagonists of GTA, it would be fitting that they have all committed Grand Theft Auto crimes. The number 14 spot today, this is something I never knew about Grand Theft Auto Vice City, but the hotel that Tommy Vercetti stays at on Ocean Drive actually begins to fill up with items as you complete the story. We've seen this in Grand Theft Auto Online as your various businesses sell more product or you advance further through various stories or whatnot, that it will start to fill up with items. But I didn't know that this also happened in GTA Vice City. So that's a really cool detail that Rockstar obviously had in place all the way back in that game. The number 15 spot today, this is actually found on the bottom of the assault rifle in Grand Theft Auto 4. At the bottom of the magazine, it says, "Stop chillin', start killin'." A fun little detail that Rockstar threw in there that I guess you would only notice if you were like digging around in the files. So that's pretty cool. The number 16 spot today, there is a saxophone player in GTA 4 who is like a very specific NPC. And you won't believe who actually voices and played the saxophone guy in GTA 4. The dad of the Hauser brothers, Sam and Dan Hauser, who were the founders of Rockstar Games. How awesome is that? And building off of that, at the number 17 spot today, Trevor Phillips' mom, who only appears in one mission, she was actually voiced by the Hauser's mom. So how about that? It really is a family affair with Grand Theft Auto. In GTA 4, the Hauser's dad had a role, and in Grand Theft Auto 5, the Hauser's mom had a role as one of the characters. How cool is that? Now, speaking of Trevor Phillips, in the mission Mr. Phillips in Grand Theft Auto 5, it's the only mission in the entire series where 4 protagonists appear at once. You have Michael DeSanta, Trevor Phillips, Franklin Clinton, and remember, you also have Johnny Klebitz, who appeared very briefly before ultimately getting curb stomped. So that is the one mission in which 4 protagonists do occur. The number 19 spot today, Grand Theft Auto 4 is the only game in the GTA series which features both a wedding and a funeral. I actually had no idea about that, so that is kind of cool. And last but not least, at the number 20 spot today, staying in Grand Theft Auto 4, did you know that Niko Bellic appears in all 4 of the game's intros? Obviously, the main story for GTA 4, but he also appears in the main intro of The Ballad of Gay Tony and the main intro for The Lost and the Damned. Pretty cool stuff right there that you might not have known about. And that right there is 20 fun facts in the Grand Theft Auto series. I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments down below. Of all the facts we looked at today, which one did you think was the most fun, interesting, exciting, cool? If you have any other cool GTA facts that you'd like to share with us, you can let us know in the comments down below. We'd love to hear from you guys down there. If you guys did go to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And remember to subscribe if you guys are new. You want to stay up to date on all the latest GTA and Red Dead Redemption 2 videos that I'm doing here on my channel. And be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.